because like I've said in a few, the kind of leadership, charisma, that go-getter attitude, it isn't linked. It can be, whatever age. You can't really teach it either. You've either got it or you haven't. You have to identify those things that work, like you just said, best in your culture, best in your business. Who is this person I can really kind of put time into to grow?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
That links me back into that kind of the mention about grads, because I know that Ancoris is quite famous for taking on people at that grad level as well. Maybe it's something that you've kind of picked up from Google, maybe it's not, but so that's something that you've brought into your own business. How have you seen, like, for other people maybe watching that maybe you're a little bit, I want to hire people at this level, how have you seen that help your business to be successful?
I guess in a number of ways. I mean, we consciously have a couple of parts of the organisation into which we will hire the, if you like, the brightest graduates that we can find, and we kind of work closely with yourselves on that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with a view of, we need to keep them in that role, and some of those roles are quite technical, so that kind of fits with hiring bright people.
Yeah.
But consciously, right, we could see this person doing this job in 18 months' time.
Yeah.
And we've moved people from, say, technical support into consultancy, into software development, into testing, into pre-sales, into customer success. And then they can go out and meet with customers with the kind of credibility of seeing the technology working, cut their teeth on dealing with customers in a kind of support role, and have the credibility behind them of a good couple of years of doing solid customer facing work.
Yeah.
And I think kind of finding, and then also having the energy of, right, we can do this, we can do that.
Yeah, that's right. And they're kind of, innovating for themselves and that sort of thing. I think it's a great point. I mean, at GCS, I mean, I'm probably a good example. I joined GCS as a grad, and here I am all these years later. And, I think it gives you as well, if you grow up with a company, it gives you a real sense of kind of ownership of the company, even if you're not the founder. It's like, this is something I care about passionately. And I think that passion that you have with people that you've trained up, and it's football, like, people that have come through the academy in a football team, they kind of care more about the badge or whatever, don't they? Not always, but quite a lot. So
and certainly if you continue to find opportunities for people to stretch themselves, then you get the reward of that with both the quality of the work that they do and how long they'll stay with you.
So if you were to kind of give advice to business leaders, who are maybe, looking to kind of build that type of thing, what are the kind of mistakes that you can make around grads, around kind of bringing the wrong people on into your team?
I think you have to find some way of building that kind of grad community.
Right. Okay.
So actually, I've worked for huge organisations. I've worked for the large multinationals where, yes, they've hired a load of grads, but they've dotted them all around the company. So actually, the individual feels a little swamped by the process, feels a little bit swamped by the people that have been there for 25 years, and this is how we've always done it. So certainly one of the things that we have I guess we have a natural advantage because we're a relatively small company. But we do have a sense of community of people that we bring in. Quite often they'll come in at roughly the same sort of time of the year. Quite often they'll see that their predecessors moved on after 18 months, 2 years inside the company. So actually having that kind of community, I feel, is quite important, I think.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of links in so that people can see that you put this effort in, this is how you move forward. And we found that as well with Academy. You can get people working together and they can talk and they can share.
Yeah, absolutely.
Share sometimes. So they're kind of the pain, if you know what I mean. It's like this. Yeah, it's hard. This is hard learning this. Do you always take on grads? Would you advise taking on grads always from a computer background, or have you ever had people kind of coming outside it? Because that's always something we see, because obviously there's not enough computer graduates, but there's very many intelligent graduates that probably could pick it up. But what's your viewpoint on that?
I would probably say most of the grads that we take on would have some sort of IT, computer science type background, but there are certainly some that we would bring on who, you know, we would envisage moving into a maybe marketing or customer success type role. And you know, we've got enough kind of slots and opportunities to do that. Probably most, you know, clearly you need to be IT literate, and clearly you need to be comfortable with technology, but more and more
who isn't these days?
Yeah.